Faith in equal justice and opportunity for all. Faith in the future.
What's up, guys? Ray from Apple Valley Astrologer. I know that I said that I will jump into the Ascendant archetype definitions, but I didn't explain how it actually functions in a natal birth chart. So, got a new board full of all kinds of lovely information that we're going to go over. Have quite a few different books that discuss the Ascendant Rising. So there's a difference between like an astrology enthusiast book and Astrologer handbook. What I mean by that is that this book here, pretty much like, first off, it doesn't have any introduction. It doesn't go over the archetypes. It doesn't have all the shiny pictures or any of the cute distracting shit for people that, can't bother to read a book. It's into functions, theology, and the way that you can apply these to interpretations. So that's the difference between astrologer books and astrology books. Now I'm going to give an introduction on the Ascendant as practicing astrology. And that's not because I'm trying to give away my secrets or anything. Really just enjoy what I do, and I love to explain things as much as I like to ask things. I'm triple air. Air is supposed to represent the man and the mind. So Libra with the man holding the scales of Libra, the man bearing the pitcher of water, and the two twins. The rest of the signs are represented by animals. So obviously the human brain is a little bit more involved than the animals. You overthink things, you also communicate too much, that's why I talk too much. But, so anyway, what I'm getting at is that I love to share things, and I feel like I did something with my time that was worth it, teaching other people things. Because when I was young, I wanted to know everything. And I guess I'm kind of projecting a cure on wounded healer because I struggled with learning. I'm good in school, was really hyperactive, wasn't guided in a constructive way. I'm not gonna go any further than that without completely insulting my parents. So I always was curious and I wanted to know things, but I felt like I didn't have the capacity to know how to find things out. So the certain influences in the chart, I am just geared towards researching stuff, and then on top of that with the Gemini Ascendant, there's that kid that was like, why is the pool water sometimes clear and then sometimes it's blue or green? What makes it that way? How long is it between the time before it's clear till it's green? Why can't I swim in it when it's green? How do I make it not green? Like, I could ask everything. Too much. It's the triple air thing. It's a grand trine, but I don't know if it's that grand sometimes. I even know how annoying I am. People usually aren't very self-aware, and the last thing that they usually figure out about themselves is their ascendant. And the Ascendant, I think, is one of the most annoying parts of my personality. Besides my pretentious, I know more than you, narcissistic shit that I... To recap, previous video covered what it is, the Ascendant itself, why it's important, and how it attributes to natal astrology, and the benefits of knowing thyself. So now we're going to go into the practice and application. So here are the components. And everybody just usually says, well, we're just worrying about the sign that's on the Ascendant. Yes and no. That's the, grazing the surface, but we're covering it from a practicing astrologer's perspective, okay? So the archetype is the zodiac sign. So obviously the zodiac sign on the Ascendant. Then the key planet, which is the ruling planet of the sign that is on the Ascendant. So for example, just in a generic sense here, If Aries was on the ascendant, then Mars would be the key planet. Simple enough. And then we look at the house ruler. So house rulers is an interpretation method that's not very popular in modern astrology. It was used in ancient, and back then they used the old rulers. So the old and new rulers can be applied to this. But the rulers were as follows. Leo was the sun, Cancer was the moon, same as usual. Venus is Taurus and Libra, Mercury is Gemini and Virgo, Mars is Aries, and then Scorpio is the ancient ruler. And then for Jupiter, Sagittarius and Pisces was attributed to the ancient ruler. And then Saturn was Capricorn and Aquarius was attributed to the ancient ruler. And then obviously the new modern ones that have been added, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, and the Aquarius, Pisces, and Scorpio. We have the house ruler, and it's not just one, but two houses. So the ascendant, that's the major house. And then the minor house is the key planets. I will actually use mine as an example to explain.
Chaos did never work for me. I'm in control of heart and soul. I'm a sucker for harmony. I'm a sucker for harmony. Let me show you my agony. You'll understand what I have planned. I'm a sucker for harmony. Another day that I've been on retreat. Another day to recover. Another task that I never complete. The day we prey on each other. The day I come to my senses. You make me lose it all again. And I fall into pieces. I think you never understand. Wash your hands, make them disinfected. Don't come near, don't stay here, don't feel disconnected. I'm a sucker for purity. Don't drink this, don't eat that, only if it's seeded. Please refrain from the stain, it just has been treated. I'm a sucker for decency. I'm a sucker for harmony. Chaos did never work for me. Control of heart and soul. I'm a sucker for harmony. I'm a sucker for harmony. Let me show you my agony. You'll understand what I have planned. I'm a sucker for harmony. Another day that I've been on the siege. Another day to discover my holy grail, it is never complete. And so I feed on another. I'm a sucker for harmony. Chaos did never work for me. I'm in control of heart and soul. I'm a sucker for harmony. I'm a sucker for harmony. Let me show you my agony. You'll understand what I have planned. I'm a sucker for symmetry.